Heather from Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything Gardening. Welcome back. Today we're going to be working on my 3 green stalks. We're basically going to be focusing on my green stalk tomatoes and my strawberries. So my strawberries are kind of a mess and I want to get them organized and perhaps all in one green stalk instead of scatter between 3. And then also my tomatoes need tying up. So I'm going to put a few pictures here and you can see that I've got a mess going on in the front raised bed area from that's just one strawberry plant that I've stuck in a pot I'm going to say last summer, and it has just grown wild. It's taking over. I need to get it relocated. And then also my tomatoes, you can see in this picture here, have been falling down in my green stalk. So we're going to come up with a way to get them situated and looking nice, and then we'll do a little mini green stalk garden tour, and then I'll let you know what I've got planted right now midsummer. Actually, it's not even midsummer. It just got started, but it feels hot. It feels like midsummer. So let's get started. This is turning into a lot of shuffling. So I have moved 2 of my peppers into these red containers. This one. I took out all of the dying what were they called? Seascape strawberries, and only one survived. And so he is in that pot now. I went out front, I moved some coleus around. I'm going to move mint, so that's going to leave me 2 pots once I get those guys moved to put these Rainbow Treasure strawberries out front. I think they'll look better out front because they're decorative, they're pretty. They have mostly pink flowers. Sometimes you'll see a reddish or a white flower. They're a hybrid. So I think those will look decorative enough. Oh, there's one with the white flower. To go out front in 2 pots. And then I'm going to start shuffling everything. I think we're going to put all of the Sure Crop to one green stalk over in that corner. And so that'll just leave me with one other variety. And where is it? I think it's over in this one. I don't know. It might be this one over here. I think it's this one. Don't remember the name of it. It's another one that is ornamental because it has a really pretty flower. I have some of it up here on the deck in both the hanging baskets there behind Tonto and also these wall planters. I'm going to fill those up with the ones from the green stalk. So all of the one variety will be here in this container, these wall planters, and these things right here. Okay, so got to keep in. Here is the one strawberry plant that has spread everywhere, even back there with my cherry tomatoes. So it is coming out, and I'm going to donate it and all of its offspring to a neighbor. And pulling, and I'm still getting more runners and plants. I filled up this bucket. It's just amazing. One little plant that I stuck in that corner edge right there last summer could produce so many runners and babies. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to get some water so we can put these in there so they don't die and that they start to make some roots. And then we can plant them or donate them as we see fit. Alright guys, it's like day 3 or 4 of this project. You can see Jeffrey and Tonto are relaxing in the shade because it's another hot day here in Central Virginia. And last night I had my youngest daughter cut all of those strawberry vines and runners that we cut off of that one plant yesterday, and she's got them in water soaking. So not sure what I'm going to do with those. Some of those will come over here. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of strawberries. And we're only going to have one variety. It's going to be the Sure Crop. You can see I've got a massive amount of lemon thyme that must grow really, really well here. It's perennial in this Zone 7 location. I'm going to harvest all of this and dry it, and then I will be completely good for like 5 years of lemon thyme. So that's the plan, to get this cleaned up. And then the bottom 5 layers will be shore crop strawberry, lemon thyme. Then I will have the top 3 layers will be just reserved for lettuce and greens. Although until summer ends, the top layer will be these little Prince eggplants, because they're already there. I'm not gonna get rid of them just to put in lettuce, which wouldn't grow right now anyway. So I may try to do some kind of summer green that can tolerate the heat. And then when it cools off, we'll transition the top 3 levels to just lettuce, cool weather greens, those sort of things. So I am kind of adding some peat moss as I go for these strawberry layers, because it will help with the pH. You know, strawberries like it a little acidic. And this is basically just peat moss. It was supposed to be potting mix, but it's 99.9% peat moss. Also, I have been adding some of that slow release granular fertilizer that I got from when I ordered the Greenstalk spinners. Forgot what it's called. It's right here. Oh, Happy Frog. It's a 343 because I'm out of berry tone. Okay, so back to it. I will be updating you here in a minute when we get closer to completion. So remember guys, not only can you cut suckers off of tomato plants, but other nightshades as well. And I learned this last summer when I cut suckers off of my eggplants, and I was able to have brand new eggplant plants by just cutting off the sucker. And the way to find the sucker is easy. Look at the main stem, see a leaf node, leaf set here, and then out of that leaf section and main trunk section, there's an offshoot, and you just cut that, root it in some water, and you've got a whole new plant. I'm not going to do that for this particular variety. This is a dwarf called Little Prince, and this is almost probably the perfect size for picking and eating. It's a very tiny petite plant that looks great on the top of my Greenstalk. Also, basil's not the only herb that you can take cuttings off of to propagate. I'm going to show you this because I just relocated him from somewhere else. See the roots that this little sage grew? This was just a cutting off of a sage plant, and I wanted more sage because I have a horrible time germinating it. So I just took a cutting, rooted it in water, and now I have a whole new plant. So to harvest our thyme, we want to do it before it flowers, and we literally are just gonna give it a haircut. We're gonna cut all this off here. I'll leave a little. Normally when you collect from herbs, you want to leave you know, like 2/3 of the plant and only take 1/3. But because this grows so abundantly, I'm going to cut it right there. And I will have a ton of lemon thyme. And then I'll take it inside. I will clean it several times in water and then dry it. And once it's completely dried, I can store it in a container. And I'll have yummy lemon thyme. I said this was going to be a long and messy, horrible job. And I've got a lot of cleanup to do. The last thing I'm going to do for this tier, and then it's complete, is that I'm going to trim off any runners from those strawberries. And then I'm going to move this over into the shade after I get it cleaned up with the dirt. And then we're going to wait for some of those shore crop strawberries that we cut yesterday to root. And once they root, I'll fill up the bottom 5 tiers with just lemon thyme, shore crop strawberry, and look at all this. This is a giant bowl full of lemon thyme that will be cleaned and processed and dried for storage for kitchen use. And then all of these, if I put these into some moist water, I would say at least 60-70% of this would root and we would have new plants. And this is a great cover, ground cover, especially if you're in a zone where this is perennial and will keep its color all year round. It can help with weed control. I'm about done with this whole 7-tier Greenstalk. I'm so excited. I have 18 edamame seeds left that I planted the other day in my experiment that I did at Ivy's. So I think what we'll do is this tier, so 1, 2, 3, these tiers will each get 1 edamame seed. And I think I might go ahead and find the best runners I can find that have nice roots and put into any of the empty pockets in the lower 3 tiers. And then this is completely done. This Greenstalk here, you saw everything that's in here, the Sure Crop strawberry, the lemon thyme. I'm gonna have 3 tiers of the edamame. And then I transplanted one of my little sage cuttings. And then I've got 3 of the dwarf Little Prince. It's a hybrid eggplant that doesn't get very big. And then I also have the celosia that is called flamingo feather. I'm not particularly happy with them. I did look up some Google reviews and like seed store reviews last night, and a lot of people complained about the coloring, that it's really pale. That it might change as the summer progresses to more pink, but my seed packet showed a very bright and pretty pink. So anyways, this tier is completely done after I get those seeds planted, and we're going to move on to Greenstalk number 2 and then Greenstalk number 3, because we're going to talk about tomatoes and Greenstalks now. Alright guys, I feel like this video is getting super duper long. I guess because it's taken me so many days to complete these projects. So I'm about halfway done with garden Greenstalk tier number 2. You can see the first one is completed there in the background. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just tell you why I wanted to separate my strawberries and keep them all in one tier. And part of that is because it was just a big old mess everywhere, as you can see. But also, it's really not the best practice to grow strawberries with tomatoes or any nightshade really. They share common diseases. And so if, let's say, my strawberries got some type of bacterial wilt or fungus, it could easily spread to my tomatoes. So that was one of the main reasons. And also I just wanted to keep all of my strawberries in one tower, and I've almost done. This will be project tier number 3 to get done tomorrow. Gonna have to go ahead and stop and just finish up this one, because I promised the girls I would take them to the drive-in tonight to see the Barbie movie. And it is already 3:30, so I need to clean up. You can see got lots and lots of messes everywhere. So at the end of the video, I'm going to post 3 screenshots of what I currently have planted as of tomorrow's completion of that one in the Greenstalks. So I hope to see you soon, guys, and I hope this video isn't like an hour long. I'll see when I edit how long it is, but gotta get busy. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.